Hey, what's up, my lovelies? Shay Love, back with you again. And I hope, life's been doing good with you and life's been treating you well. I know life's been treating me really wonderfully. And I just want to keep receiving blessings and I want to send it your way. So, you guys, let's get to it. I have my good old dandy notebook and then I have a nice drink, you guys. It is a wine and review, but I'm not drinking on wine today. I am drinking on a little adult drink though. I'll say that. You guys, this thing tastes like Jolly Rancher. If you are living in Charlotte, based out in Charlotte, check out my girl Cupcake Me Away. That's her Instagram at Cupcake Me Away. She made this lovely punch, and it was in this pouch, you guys, but I was like, you know what, let me just dump it in my wine glass. And I was sipping this, watching my shows, and just feeling good. And it tastes just like Jolly Rancher, but it got me feeling real sexy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, check out my girl Cupcake Me Away. And she does not only do nice tipsy drinks, but she obviously does desserts, beautiful cupcakes, beautiful cakes, beautiful desserts. She had this great Bam Bam banana pudding that was like awesome. So yeah, so if you are in the Charlotte area, this is not a promo. I'm just putting black people on because I love my people and I love my women, and so I'm another black woman. So yeah, I just wanted to say that before I get into this very bittersweet wine and review. Drink and review. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Kandi in the Game. This is the finale. Episode 10, the finale. Friday Night Vibe. And I gotta say, I really did enjoy Kandi in the Game. I enjoyed the storyline of OLG. I enjoyed the people that worked there, the cast that they had in their background. I enjoyed it. I felt like it had a really good amount of business work drama that they didn't have to fabricate any other drama. Like what really go on at the restaurant there really do go on in a lot of restaurants in the South, around America, black restaurants. Like, yeah, so I connected with it very easily. And, I connected with each cast member a different way. Even when, like, at first, if I didn't like them, by the end of the season, there was something about them that shined, the season shined a light on, and it made me see them differently. So I think Kandi and the Gang ended out very beautifully. So let's get into it. Episode 10, the finale, Friday Night Vibe. So it starts out with OLG having a morning meeting, and Philip is just letting the team know, hey, you guys, Chandrika is the head maitre d'. So basically, she is going to be managing the front of the house where people are greeted and where they're seated. And Chandrika like, child, I don't know what my title is, but I'm just glad I have it and I can fuss people around. And you know what, shit, sometimes you gotta take what you can get, especially if you get a nice raise. Y'all, this tastes so good. It got me over here smiling, just So yeah, that was basically the first scene, and everybody just congratulated. It was just like, okay, cool. So it goes over to the next scene, and it's basically in the back of OLG where they usually have the events. Torrent is basically planning the rebrand of Friday Night Live, and he's changing it to Friday Night Vibe. And Torrent, you got it in the bag. Torrent, you have it in the bag. I have so much good things to say about this episode. Like, oh my God, I thought it was a great season. Like, it was a beautiful season. It was a beautiful season 1. So yeah, Torrent is planning the rebranding. It's going to be 70s theme. He brought Victor in, which is Kandi's creative director. And they are basically going through different talents to see who the talent is going to be for this first Friday Night Vibe. And yeah, it was all good. It was nice to see Torrin in his zone, just really just planning and really just, you know, doing what he does best. Patrick comes in and he basically is like, Torrin, you are the best person that do what you do that I know, and I need you to help me with my proposal to Safari. And Torrin is like, are you sure, you sure, you sure, you sure? And Patrick is like,
I'm ready to die with her. I'm ready to die with her. Oh.
he willing to die with that lady. He ain't playing about her. So it was like, hey, Torrin like, hey, if that ain't sure enough, I don't know what is. I'll help you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So it goes over to the next scene. Somehow Patrick is helping. Patrick is a he wear many hats at OLG because he in the kitchen helping the kitchen out. And to be honest, like, it's not hard to help out with prepping and, you know, small stuff like cutting up cucumbers and slicing tomatoes and sorting the forks and sorting the knives and rolling up the napkins. So I think that he does stuff like that to help around. I doubt he's really cooking anything. If he is, then maybe he is cooking a recipe that he know from his grandma or his great aunt, but who knows. I think he's doing the cutting of the cucumbers and slicing of the tomatoes. So yeah. So yeah, I just realized in that scene that everything is starting to turn around. Everything's look like it's a good vibe, good energy. Nobody's huffing and puffing. Everybody's joking around. Even when they throw sly remarks to one another, it's all jokes and fun and games like a family. And I was like, shit, y'all got me wanting to be in the family. Like it's looking really beautiful. So that was really nice to see. So the next scene, Kandi, Todd, Don Juan, and Philip all meet up. And they basically are talking about, okay, I'm guessing maybe it's a 6-month period or a 3-month period. And they're like, okay, our goal from the beginning was to do this. We're at this mark. Where are we at? So that's what I'm assuming the meeting was all about. And so they were talking about, should we keep Dom unique or should we keep Brandon, because their relationship is a conflict of interest. Like, it's just a business conflict right now. So some is saying basically Dom Unique gotta go. Dom Unique is using the restaurant as a stepping stone, and Brandon is a manager, so he probably want to hold that manager role and stay in that leadership role if he do want to be the man that he is looking to be. So he still has a lot to learn in that manager role. So yeah. Then it goes to the topic of, well, Philip, you was on a contract. Your contract is about to wrap up. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? And Philip decides to stay with OLG for a while. Congratulations, Philip. I'm glad that you have warmed up with the staff enough that you decide that you want to stay at the staff and stay there long enough. And yeah, I'm happy for you, Philip. Yeah, and Philip, God, what is going on? You is looking finer and finer by the episode. It's like the nicer you are, the more finer you get. Like, damn, Philip, you look good. You are a good looking man. With that hat on and I said, you gotta stop. You was looking good. I had to give you your own little props for that. So, on to the next scene. The next scene was Torrin goes to see Brandon and Rashado. God say both of them because every time it's over at Brandon's, not Brandon, over at Brian's house, Rashado's right there. Very much so like what Torrin said, being a water boy. So, yeah. So, yeah, he goes over there and they start to talk about basically Todd's investment in Brian, and I don't know it's like as she rolls and rolls, she original rolls, or I don't know exactly the name of Brian's business, but his egg roll business. And they was talking about the money situation and what he plans on doing and everything, and they just feel like, wow, this is a great opportunity, to be honest. So like I said, Brian, think about it on the business aspect. You know, do what you got to do now and try to negotiate later. And yeah, good luck to you. And I just think that you are, I'm going to get into it a little bit later in my review, but you are just such an awesome spirit. And whatever that you desire can really come your way. So, yeah. And then they started talking about Friday Night Vibe and how everything's going to go. And Rashado asked a stupid question of if you invited Safari. I mean, it just got me thinking, like, what? Did Torn and Patrick have a little flirty something going on? Like, what is it? Because why y'all so pressed about Safari? And it's not really Torn impressed, but I mean, but really, Rashada was getting on my nerve anyway. That's why I'm happy with what happened at the end of the episode. I'm going to be honest. So, Patrick goes to buy 2 dozen roses with his mom. And y'all, when I say I got emotional watching that scene, like, that was a beautiful scene. As much as we want to joke about Patrick being pussy whipped, any woman will want a man to just be so excited and so anxious and nervous to marry them. Like, let's be real. Let's be honest here. So for me to see that on TV, like, he genuinely is so happy to ask Safari to marry him. It was so beautiful. And his mother was just as happy. It was so beautiful to see. Like, really. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is so beautiful. Like, I did get teary-eyed. I got a little teary-eyed watching that. I was like, wow, Patrick. And then when he was saying about his mom, like, listen, a man that loves his mama that much is going to be, he's not even going to see no other woman if he loves you. Just half of that much. So, you know what, Safari, you got something good. Just hold on to it. He's a lover boy. He has women in his life that he looks up to. And I think he has a good idea of what a good woman is. So, congratulations. Well, not yet, but yeah. Oh, so sweet. Oh, that was just such a very heartfelt moment. So, now we getting into the nitty gritty. Torn is doing his damn thing, setting up for Friday Night Vibes. Okay? He is setting up for Friday Night Vibes, doing his damn thing. He ordering people here. He ordering people there. He needs this. He needs that. He's setting up here. He's setting up there. And I'm just like, Torn, yes, I love to see Torn in his work because he is in his zone. It is so good to see. It's very inspiring. Coming from, that's the place that I want to get to. And he's not even to a place that he is even where he wants to get to. And I'm like, shoot, I even want to get to that point, you know, where I have multiple vendors for one event and everything comes together and it become this beautiful event. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome to see it. So, sorry, guys. So, yeah, that I just had to give Torn his props on that one. Mama Joyce looked good. Like, I had to, like, really give her a moment to be like, okay, Mama Joyce, I see how you was looking back in your day. I see how you was looking back in the G, honey girl. Yes, ma'am. So, yeah, Mama Joyce was looking really good. Everyone looked festive. Everybody was definitely dressed for it. It was just like a good vibe, like, good energy, good vibe. The staff looked like they were a family. Even if they were being snotty, it was, like, still, like, a good time. And I really did enjoy watching it. Now, when it got to the middle of the event, I have to question about what happened in the scene just now. Because, Don Juan, why did you go so hard on Torn the way you did? I'm confused. Like, I understand. Like, that's annoying. And I don't know if it's, like, it just felt like it stemmed from something in the past. And I'm confused, and maybe it's something that the viewers don't know, but the way you went hard on Torrent, I was like, what just happened? Because I just didn't think that you would be a person to see that as an argumentative topic unless it has been something that has been bothering you beforehand. Like, this is the very first Friday Night Vibe, like a rebrand, you know what I'm saying? And asking about what's happening and Torrin just being honest, And the way you went off, I was a little thrown off about. I was like, what happened? What had happened? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that was about, Don Juan, but it was a little odd. Actually, you was acting very odd throughout the whole event. When they filmed you, it was just like you just acted. You were very hostile, to be honest. And maybe it's for lack of better words, but yeah, hostile is the word I would use. Yeah, I was like, what in the world? Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Like, you went really hard on, and like, it's like you really don't like touring. And the way you went on Ricciardo in the next scene, which really in turn got him fired, I was just like, okay. Now, granted, I felt like Ricciardo was like, when he first came in, I was like, he was talking about, oh, this ain't right, that ain't right. I was like, okay, but he sees what the issue is. And he's got to come in and know what's right and from wrong and not do it. But, honey, you still drinking. You're drinking on the job. And I find that, like, crazy because I don't drink on the job. Now, I do know people that do drink on the job, especially when you work at the bar, but I don't. So, yeah, I just heard something was really weird. So, yeah, I thought that was very unprofessional, like they said, and unnecessary. Okay, so moving on. I will say that, I just want to say this real quick, okay? This scene at Friday Night Vibe, just the whole thing in general, when they all, even after they ganged up on Rashad and said, basically, you're fired, because the way Chandrika said, yeah, he needs to be terminated, because she was waiting for that moment to say that. And that was the perfect moment. I was like, whoa. She brought up what happened early in the season. I totally forgot about that. And I was like, oh, shit. Did that right in front of the camera. So, but yeah, I just see family. I just see people that don't play about one another. And I feel like Kandi and Todd has a really nice, blessed circle like around them. They build off of love. I definitely could tell Kandi builds off of love, and she definitely shows that through her staff, through how she treats her staff, through how she treats her family of all ages. And I just think that's beautiful. And I think people try to respect it the same way. But yeah, so it gets to like the last scene, and this is Patrick's proposal, and of course Safari's looking crazy. Safari does say yes, they proposed. Chandrika, you was being very immature. She was just immature. I just felt like she didn't really care, but I felt like she was just being funny and being petty and being immature. So I was just like, Chandrika, calm down. Just be happy for them, girl. You're engaged. You're about to get married. Just be happy for the people, okay? But yeah, Safari says yes, and it ended very beautifully. It was like a big, fat, happy family, beautifully. Everybody had good reports in their 6 months past. And Brian was my favorite. Oh, I forgot about Brian. Brian, you killed the show. Like, I would literally pay just to see you perform and you host a party. That is your thing. You are meant to be in front of people, meant to make people smile. And oh my God, you have a gift in that. That is crazy. But yeah, you guys, Kandi and the gang, I don't have nothing bad to say in the end. I think that you guys are just a family. And I felt like it ended very beautifully. Good job, Bravo. Good job, Kandi. Good job, the gang. And